Okay, viewers, welcome to Luo Traditions and Culture session, which after we had finished with the last session. Just an overview of what we did in the last session was the marriage rights, identification of wife and those proud parents requiring the would-be husbands of their daughters to wrestle them in front of that. We also came to naming of children, which was based on events, occasions, on personalities, period of the year, time of the day, and also due to some circumstances, whether the child was born while looking down, or the child was born engulfed with the umbilical cord, those were different names, or with a man who has not been giving birth to live child for several, 3, 4, 5. The child now she gives birth is now taken to somebody to be put on. So then we came to the passage of rites, birth, and then initiations under the Luo customary laws, and the marriage out of the ladies and the marriage in of the men. And again, when people change to be elderly within the community, and the last one is when now they become chief advisors of the community. They become now. Then we left on kinship, family members, and the inheritance, which we said, according to Luo traditions, the man's property, and that one was mainly land, is divided among the wives, not the children. So each wife is giving out her children the portion of men, not ladies. But now that things have changed according to the law. So today we move to the next session where we want to see how were Luo girls and boys educated. And the education we are talking here is not the foreign man's education. We are talking about education on the lifestyle of these youngsters who would be husbands and who would be the wives, okay? So ladies were being educated on their even hygiene and how they should, their discipline. They were also education on how they would relate with the other members of the society according to the seniority. And also they were also educated on what type of cooking styles for each type of food. All this education was being done at either the eldest wife's hut, or if they have their siwinde, that is where ladies are, and siwinde usually is coupled with the kitchen. So at the fire site is where these things were being shown. Go and bring firewood, go and bring water. When you are stirring unji, okay, porridge, you add it like this. You do the stirring like this until water and flour mixes, okay, uniformly without clogging some some portion not properly mixed. So these lectures were taken at the fireplace where mother is cooking. Now, men likewise were to go to either duel. It is one thing, but it has two names. Duel is the old man's hut. And it is dual in the sense that this is where all youngsters would assemble for meals in the evening. Luo tradition did not allow youngsters, even those ones who have reached the stage of chasing ladies here and there, to go out before they eat. So going out would be you first eat, then now you can go and roam about. But it is at during waiting for that food to come from their respective mothers that such lectures of hygiene on how they should relate with the society, how they respect. In fact, Luos take children to be a society property. So that when you get somebody's child is doing a wrong thing, you have the same responsibility like the father to punish him. It is unlike this nowadays. People would say, oh, why are you punishing my son? Oh, what? It was not like that. The child was the society property. Everybody is responsible. And if there is failure on the part of the child, then the same would be for that society. So that is how the education was being done in that. Then came in this, the white man's education. At first they resisted it because they were not seeing the meaning of doing that, especially those who were endowed with the wealth of animals. They wanted the children and girls to go and look after the animal, as I indicated earlier. So the girls were to go to the field with the animals, sheep, cattle, and even goats. So when the white man came with their system of formal education, there was a bit of reluctancy. They were very reluctant on doing that. Then what convinced them a bit, and in fact that is what the white man used greatly, was religion. So you will find that most of the earliest educated Luo were educated by religion. These are the people who made them to go to school. And some chiefs who were collaborating with the colonialists were also forcing children to go to school. Otherwise, for those people who had a lot of animals, were not seeing the purpose of their children going to school. So that is the part of education. And they were even taught on the marriage issues, what they should do if they want to marry, okay, that they should go between to somebody who is a relative of that place to search for them girls or search for them husbands to be. So this is how they were doing. It was not direct. Luos were not directly marrying to meet and love at instant. It is a phenomenon which has just been adopted by this new generation, but it used not to be there. Meet and love at first sight, there must be somebody, because you don't know the family where you are marrying from. This is where it was. The family you are marrying from, their traits, okay, and also their habits. So they were really fearing on doing that. Then we are coming to the role of women and men in the community, which had what we call straight line, that women's work were in the kitchen. Kitchen was the part which was solely left for girls. And any man who would poke his nose in the kitchen was not seen, was seen as a weakling, and also a person who is tending to tilt towards the mother. Such a person is not considered a strong man within the home or within the society. Okay? So, women were given their role in the one, and again, they were also taught how to go and till the land, do the farming, tilling of the land, do the farming, and that. This was also done by both. While men were doing with cows or jembes, women were doing the other one with the weeding hose. Okay? So that is how they were doing their role. Now, coming to adult women, that is young women. Now, adult women. They had that responsibility of ensuring, okay? They had that responsibility of ensuring that the home state's discipline for the girls and even the boys is observed, is strictly observed, such that they would rebuke any child who is bringing problem within the society and coming out of their homes. Okay? Like your home, your son is the talk of the village, is doing this, or your daughter is the talk of the village, is doing this and that. That one, they did not want that. They wanted a respected family that people admire. Okay? Then, the same thing is with men. Men were the protectors of the society and community. That is one, security-wise, because there were still those interclan fightings, which they were responsible to protect the community. Then number two, they were responsible to look also for food for the family. That is even including hunting, gathering, and doing other activity, fishing. The people who were allowed to go and fish, row the boat, and go to look for fish are men. Okay? And that one is still up to now. No new lady you will find in Lake Victoria looking for fish. They wait at the shore for men to bring the fish, and they do. So the responsibility of feeding the community rested on men. Protection of the community rested on men. Nurturing good neighborliness and also respect to other community also was a common thing for both girls and men. Okay? So those are the role of that. Anything that would be positive in the family was everything everybody was looking for, but not to bring down the family by bad behavior. In fact, Luos abhors bad behavior. That is one. And trustworthiness. You would see them bragging around even in social places up to now. Okay? But they like having leisure for what they have genuinely achieved. And we will not stand for you if you are a thief and you are now bringing those things, proceeds, and talking bad there. You will be told straight away. Then let's go to this. We don't have any other question on that. That part is instilled in law of integrity. It is there. And that's why even those people who are going for artisanship, looking for good things, fabrications, even on vehicles, carpentry and what. People will prefer taking their things to Lewis and no other fee. Why? He will not value the money. He will value the name. When you get out of this, you will get somebody asking you, where did you do this? So that name is what they value. So I think viewers, I'm through with that. Let's go to specific ceremonies which are performed by Luos. And I will start at birth, because life starts at birth. At birth, when a child is born in a homestead, depending on the sex of the child, people, especially women, would gather, bring in some gifts to the child mother. Yes, they would bring in some gift to the child mother according to what they can afford. It is always there. Just the same way the modern girls nowadays, I don't know, they call it to see what. Very good. They are doing it. Okay? So it used also to be there in there. And then they just produce whatever they want. Then, after birth, obviously, a child can grow. There is that ceremony at initiation, what our brothers, lawyers are also doing. That ceremony at initiation used to be there. But nowadays, you can see we left that part of initiation. Okay? But it used to be there. Once somebody has a form, stayed and has been removed the teeth, there are ceremony to be conducted. Animals were slaughtered, people, busas were being prepared, people were drinking. The man of the child feels proud. But we were not doing circumcision for our girls. But as they reach puberty stage, the dressing code, and as I earlier told you, there are those beads which they were put, but they are bare-chested, the Turkana style. I usually like to give examples so that you copy what I'm telling you, how it looks. The way Turkanas are bare-chested, okay, with beads. That is the dressing code which now changes. But we were not taking our girls for circumcision. No, only men. Okay? So the dress code would change, and then the girls would now be moved out of their mothers' houses to their, what I've told you, Siwinde, where now they can go. Okay? That is how it was being done. Then after that ceremony, in fact, for those girls, theirs was done during marriage. Okay? Their ceremony was being done when she's married, the dowry has been paid, and that organization of between 7 to 12 girls are now organized with foodstuff and what, and she's escorted to her husband's home. Okay? So, from there now, that is the ceremony which was there. The same thing is happening at the husband's home. Likewise, when the lady or the man is married, a lady, on that day, there is that celebration. Ya, kama kawaida, muziki ni muzito. Kila mtu wameleta, youngsters wameleta vitu zao, wamama wameleta vitu zao, mugeni akae comfortable. Tuko pamoja. So that one was another. Then there was this ceremony. It is a sad one, but the ceremony during death. When it is for a lady, There are two. When it is for a man, an old man, of course, okay, there are three. So for a lady who dies, there is the usual reunion of burial arrangement as a ceremony. And after some time, between 6 months and a year, then there is an anniversary which they call Duogo Eliel, returning back to the burial site or burial hall. They come back with food stuff, animals are slaughtered, local beer is prepared. Every home was to contribute to the visitors have been called. Okay? That is for lady, it is two. Now, for a man, the first one, like the lady, is okay. Then there is Teroburu. Teroburu is done immediately when the person dies. We were to take 3 days. He dies today, then tomorrow he stays in the homestead, no burial. Then third day. So on the third day before the burial, already preparation for the burial has been done. Then tunapereka, tunasema Teroburu. The animals are taken a far distance, maybe 3 to 4 kilometers. Okay? Hii Teroburu unasikia sasa. That is exactly what it is. Then the animals and the people will now come with the animals now. Okay? And the animals are arranged according to the clan of the deceased being the first. The next clan, which is adjacent to the deceased, become the second. That now, like that, up to the other community clans will now be at the rear. That is Teroburu. It is done on the burial day when the person is to be buried. Okay? Then the last of a man, and I'm repeating, this man must be an old man. For youngsters, youngsters, there is no Teroburu, and there is no this last ceremony I'm talking. Inaitwa Tugo. Tugo is like Teroburu, but a bit different. They go and assemble in an open area, a big open area, adjacent to the burial home of the person. And now the ladies, women, they sing their dodo, naitwa dodo, on the one side. Then men take their shield, okay, with their spear. And they go in succession while calling those things you hear I usually say, Joey, okay? Those things. So he's supposed to run some distance, and then he puts the shield down, then run on this side with his spear, doing an imitation of spearing the air, then run on this side, opposite side, doing. So it is given 2 people at a time. This exercise will go from maybe 4 to 5 hours until now they are tired. Then it is now followed the people with the folk songs. Okay? There were special people with folk songs in praise of the deceased. After that, now they move to the home of the deceased for another celebration. Animals, beer, okay? When I say beer, it should be local beer. Yes. Inaitwa Tugo. The other one was Teroburu. This one is tugo. This tugo is done in the outside field, adjacent to the deceased home. But Cheruburu is once they are from there, they come direct to the home. So you get the difference. Yeah. So that is another ceremony which is performed. Then we have, I've told you the marriage one, for the marriage both sides. Now we have the last one. And this is after every year harvest. To show that you are, there is another characteristic which I forgot, but I've remembered it. Luos are also people who are love, inviting colleagues and they have married together. So for this one, in appreciation of God's bumpy harvest, they go and give their sacrifice to God first. To appreciate God, to appease God, that we have received this, we have received this, we have received this, animals are slaughtered. That is, once they are from there, now you come with you. You can do it at family level, or you can do it as clan level. We cannot say community because community is so big. You can do it as family level, or you can do it as clan level, that we go and do this. But going to the God sacred place for appeasing God is at the clan level. There are only specific people allowed to go there. But now, marrying here at your home, it is upon you, the homestead owner, who can call your friends with your harvest, and then you prepare buza, unachinja ng'ombe yako, ama unachinja mbuzi yako, unachinja kondoo yako, then watu wanakuja. Every harvesting time. During this time also is when they organize wrestling matches inter-village. Inter-village wrestling matches. Yes. Which now the white man is calling judo. We had them. When people are feeding. And the person who comes out to be the best wrestler is given kunananga. Now, kunananga is, how do we say? Animal fat melt. Then it is wimby, mixed. It is a VIP food, which is not given to cowards or any other person who is not worthy, that's all. So it is finger millet, ile wimbi, and normal sorghum, mixed. And then, instead of water, it is milk. Kunanana is a very slippery ugali. That is the one who is given to the best wrestler. And the owner, the village he represents, will raise him. During this harvesting time. So those are the things which we usually do. I think I've exhausted that. And when there is a calamity within the community, these elders are responsible to sitting down. A calamity is even bad omen has befell them. People are just dying. Unexplained death. Or children. The society is ending up losing several people. They see some question. They go to sacred place. and sacrifice. They go. In fact, some of sacrifices reaches where or even either a daughter or a son of somebody can be called to go and die for that one. So famine is one of them. Wakati iko njaa. When there is drought, they celebrate. Yani they go and pray. It's not celebration. It's to go and sacrifice in a sacred place. Okay? And when there is also other bad things happening within the society, they would go there. That's why we had sacred places. They would go there and pray, asking God to bring rain. Okay? Asking God to remove away the bad omen within the society. Asking God to bless their farms, their animals. Okay? So those ones were there. Now let's move to death. What do Luo believe on life after death? The Luos believe their kins are in spiritual life. Yes. They believe their kins are in spiritual life. And they communicate with their kins in dreams. And they do what their kins advise them in dreams physically. They don't want to go against the instructions of their kins, the information. A person would come from elsewhere and say to me now, whose father is now deceased, I talked to your father. And he's telling me that whatever bad is happening to you is because of this and that. So he wants you to move to such a place. Pick this medicine, and do like this and that. How do we do? Our women. Before my wife or my brother's wife is inherited, she must dream about me, giving her those instructions. That is when that ceremony of cleansing her after my death will take place. And then she can be inherited. It is called Goli Oko. Yani the wife has removed you out, or you have removed the house out. Likewise, where the dead is blamed on me or in one of the family members, then she brings or he brings bad omen to me. Or that person who was responsible. And that's why we really fear our daughters. Because we say the daughter's bad omen is bad. Is such bad that cannot be appeased by our way of appeasing that bad moment. Okay? And so many families where ladies, young girls, have died in unquestionable ways have been messed up because of that. We have ghosts. Yeah, we meet them like you now seated here. You, the whole of you, just seated here. This is my house. I'm the one who messed you up. Now I'm coming to my house and I find you, knowing that you are dead, you are seated here. Yeah. So those are our beliefs. Viewers, we have dealt on this one a great deal, and we have gotten all the areas that we feel is very important to you. And with that part of Manyasi medicine, is my humble request that we close this session and close this session and start another one the next time.